solemnly state the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please have a seat and move to stand. And for the record, say and spell your first and last name, please.
Miguel Baldorama, Miguel, B as in boy, ALDERRAMA.
Thank you. Sir, can you tell us how it is that you're employed, please?
I'm a detective with LA County Sheriff's, currently at Major Crimes Metro Detail.
Okay. And how many years have you been so employed?
A little over 26 years.
Where were you assigned back in October of 2018?
I was working overtime in this courtroom as bailiff of record.
What were your duties as the bailiff of record in October of 2018?
I was handling all court proceedings for Department 101 and then security of the inmates for that calendar day.
I want to direct your attention to the dates of October 2nd and October 3rd of 2018. Let's start with the October 2nd date. You were assigned to this courtroom.
Yes.
Okay. And do you recognize defendant Monica Sementilli, seated over here?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And can you identify her for the record?
She's sitting at the table with a beige suit.
Also showing you what's been previously marked as People's 14. Do you recognize this individual?
That's the individual that was the co-defendant on this case.
Robert Baker?
Yes.
Okay. And on the day of October 2nd of 2018, were you responsible for bringing the defendant and Robert Baker into this courtroom for court appearances?
Yes.
And subsequent to the court appearance, were you also responsible for returning them to the courthouse lockup?
Yes.
And that would be part of the normal job of a bailiff performing security functions for the courtroom?
Yes.
With individuals that are in custody?
Yes.
Okay. And did you follow certain protocol in order to keep the defendant and her co-defendant at that time, Robert Baker, separated?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, first they were both classified as K-10 at the time.
What's that mean?
So they were dressed down at orange jumpsuits, and they're both waist chains and leg chains.
What does that mean in terms of how they're kept?
A high security prisoner. So they're kept separately, no communication within them too. And then, of course, when you come into the courtroom, you have to separate their chairs as much as possible.
And was there also a sergeant supervisor who was assisting you in this courtroom that day?
Yes.
Who was that?
That was Sergeant Bob Westfall.
Okay. And was he also in the courtroom with you on October 2nd?
He was assisting me.
Okay. Did he also go into the lockup with you at some point on October 2nd and October 3rd?
Somewhat. I opened the door, and he was at the threshold between the 101 courtroom and then the 101 lockup. So he was between the open door.
Okay. And once the court appearance was done in this courtroom, what did you do with respect to the defendant and Robert Baker?
So it was a quick matter, calendar matter that day. I initially escorted Robert Baker first to the door, and then my sergeant caught him at the threshold, and he immediately ordered him up to the stairs. It's a second floor landing. So the lockup facility is on the 10th floor. We're actually on the 9th floor, so there's a landing that Robert Baker was sent to.
Okay.
As soon as he was staged at the second floor landing, I came back in and then escorted Sementilli into the courtroom lockup.
Okay. So at this point, Baker is supposed to be at the top of the staircase leading to the 10th floor lockup.
Yes, but he was lingering on the second floor landing. He wasn't listening to my instructions because I ordered him all the way to the door.
Were you directing him, commanding him to proceed up to the top of the stairs?
Yes.
And what did he do at that point?
He was lingering around the stairwell on the second floor landing.
Okay. So he did not obey your instructions?
No, and also Sergeant Westfall was also ordering him, and he was still lingering around until I entered the courtroom with Sementilli.
With Defendant Sementilli?
Yes.
Okay. And once you took Defendant Sementilli into the lockup, what happened at that point?
So then I took lead in front of Sementilli, and then I ordered Baker to the end of the doorway on the 10th floor.
Okay.
And at that time, then he followed my instructions, went to the end of the door. And then I stood in the second floor landing. Then I ordered Sementilli to come up the stairs. So at the same time, I could keep an eye on Baker, and I could keep an eye on Monica as she's coming up the stairs.
Defendant Sementilli?
Sementilli.
Okay. And then, did you take any particular position between the two as you came up the stairs?
Yes, I was in between them both, so I could keep an observation on both Baker and Sementilli.
At the same time?
Yes.
Okay. And at some point, did you also order the Defendant Sementilli, to do something?
I had her come up to the stairs
Towards you?
Towards me. When Baker was up by the door facing the wall, then I ordered a Sementilli to come up the stairs to the second floor landing, and then I went up to Baker so I could open the door.
Okay.
Still keeping an eye on both inmates.
Okay. During this time, was there any communications between between the defendant and Robert Baker?
Yes, there were. Baker was talking to Sementilli. Hey, we got this, Mercedes, we got this. I wasn't really paying attention to that because I was looking for hands and basically trying to get them escorted to their lockup.
What did he call her?
Mercedes.
In your report, did you indicate it might have been Madonna?
It could have been.
Is that what you wrote in your report?
I got to look at my report to refresh my memory. It's been a couple years.
I'm going to hand you a set of reports. You can review them. Let me know if that assists you.
Memory's refreshed.
Okay.
On page 4, I indicated it was Mercedes, we got this. And I put in quotes.
Okay. Did you indicate previously, though, you thought it could have been also Madonna?
Objection, leading.
I'll allow it.
Possibly.
Okay. So Baker was saying to the defendant, we got this.
Yes.
Okay. And at this point, were you still maintaining the distance between the defendant and her co-defendant at that time, Robert Baker?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I told him to stop talking, and then I went up to the door to open it, because Baker was actually, he was in cell number 8, which is the actual door, the lockup facility. Right as soon as you open the door to the 10th floor, his cell was right immediately to the right. And then Sementilli was all the way down the end to cell, I think it was locker number 2.
Okay. And is there a recording of this incident?
Video recording?
Yes. That you've reviewed?
Yes, but that wasn't discovered till the next day, on
Yes.
the 3rd.
But there is a recording regarding, we're talking about October 2nd still, yes?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a set of 3 video recordings. May they be marked collectively on a CD as People's 163?
Yes.
Thank you. And they will include October 2nd and October 3rd of 2018. Let me show you the first one. tell us what we're looking at here?
So you're looking at the camera bubble. If you have the bottom is actually 102, looking toward 101, which is this court. This courtroom. My
The door
sergeant.
open is 101.
Door open is 101. Sergeant Westfall is immediately the threshold, and he ordered Baker up to the end of the hallway.
And that's another bailiff that just
The
came out
bailiff
of
that came
102.
out of 102.
So we just saw Baker go up the stairs in
Go up
orange.
the stairs. Yes.
You're still in the courtroom at this point. There you
I'm
are.
walking in right now. So Baker is up on the second floor landing up the stairs. I separate myself between both co-defendants.
And that's the defendant coming up the stairs behind you?
Yes, it is.
Now, the following day, October 3rd, were you again working as a bailiff here in this courtroom?
Yes, I again was working overtime that morning in this courtroom.
Okay. And according to your typical protocol, the next day around 7:40 in the morning, what did you do?
So normally I come in, the courtroom's empty. I do a security check, basically go through every section of the courtroom, jury box, the audience, and basically check to see if any bags or anything was left over. Then I make my way into the lockup. I check the cell before any inmates get there, because in the morning we do the calendar, and then we get the inmates for the either Department 101 or 102. So after that was cleared, I walked up the stairs and I checked all the railings, and that's when I noticed on the railing on the second floor landing going up to the 10th floor lockup, there was a baggie rolled up, and we call it a kite.
What's a kite?
Kite is a way inmates communicate between themselves. So it could have been either narcotics, or it was all rolled up really tight. So I saw it on the inside portion of the railing, on the bottom portion of the rail as it going up.
Going up the stairs?
So I immediately called my sergeant, which was Bob Westfall, and I told him, if you don't mind checking the video cameras for the day prior to see if anything was placed at the time when Baker was going up the stairs. And that's when he discovered he actually not placed one, he actually placed 2 items.
Okay.
So that's when he came into the courtroom. We found the other one.
Okay. So I'm going to show you the second video, also dated October 2nd, that's contained on the CD Exhibit 163. Okay, can you tell us what we're seeing here
So the
in the
bottom-
video from October 2nd?
So the bottom of the screen is actually the 10th floor lockup door. We're looking towards the stairwell as you're going up the 101. And the railing that's concerned is the one to the left, on the top of the portion. There's Baker, and he places something on the bottom of the rail, the inside portion of the rail.
With his right hand?
It's right hand. He's looking back.
This is where you said he was lingering and you were directing him to continue up the top of the stairs?
Yes, and that's, he goes to the top of the railing, inside portion, he places a second item.
Which you couldn't see from your vantage point at the
No,
bottom.
that's why I sent him all the way to the door, because there's nothing to put on the wall. It'll be obvious.
That's you coming up?
That's me coming up. That's when he's talking back to Sementilli.
And that's Baker speaking back to her?
Yes.
Okay.
So I ordered her to come up to the stairs and go to the right side of the wall, as I was keeping an eye. Because the door is immediately, as you walk inside, it's his cell was on the rate, so I immediately placed them. I can still see her.
Okay. So you went back on October 3rd to watch this video once you noted the first item at the bottom of the stairs?
Yes.
Which then gave you information regarding the second one at the top of the stairs.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you a third video. This one from October 3rd.
That's my sergeant, Bob Westfall. And he pointed to the upper portion of the rail where we discovered the second item. I was taking photographs for the item.
All right. Your Honor, I have an evidence envelope. It has the name Gable on the front and number 191 and 192 written in red pen. May it and its contents be marked, please, as People's 164.
Yes.
Detective, I'm going to
Your
read.
Honor, the defense is going to object as to People's 164 on grounds that the contents are hearsay.
Overruled.
Showing you this LAPD evidence envelope that appears to have other envelopes inside. Can you open the envelope, remove the contents, and tell us what you find inside?
Well, I could tell you these are the items I booked under the LA Sheriff's file number. So they were probably rebooked under the LAPD since it's an LAPD case.
Okay.
I know that for a fact because I identified my writing.
Okay.
I put the earn number, I put EV2, I actually did the sticker, and my name's on the sticker as evidence.
And there are two envelopes that are rolled up inside of the LAPD envelope, correct?
There's two, evidence 1 and evidence 2, and it's also correlates to my report that I actually authored.
Okay. And you mentioned a URN or an earn number. Is that the way the Sheriff's Department tracks cases?
Yes,
Okay. So when you write a report on a matter, you would write up the report with a unique case number that would also be related to any evidence recovered on that case?
yes,
Okay. And so anything that you would recover, such as a kite, that would generate a report as well as evidence item numbers.
Overruled.
yes,
Okay. And in this case, you had two separate items that you booked, correct?
yes,
And that's why you have two separate envelopes. You labeled one as evidence 1 and one as the other as evidence 2?
yes,
And did those correlate to the numbers in your report under that unique sheriff's case number or URN number?
yes.
Okay. If you could open up the envelope with respect to evidence 1 and tell us what you find inside.
It's a plastic bag with a red envelope.
And it's in some kind of plastic wrap?
It's a plastic wrap.
Was that the same plastic wrap that was covering evidence 1 when you found it at the bottom of the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you have there that you've removed from the plastic wrap?
So it was the red envelope I found inside the plastic bag that was tightly rolled up. It was partially torn, so it does say Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Has the annex number. It has, in parentheses, 501-6191, which I'm assuming it's a booking number. And then it has, written in pencil, 3300 and 18U, which is the module at Men's Central Jail. And then that's the 18U is the bed, the bunk, where this person is assigned to.
Okay.
There is paperwork inside, and this is the exact paperwork I found. And it was like,
You said there was a number on the exterior that you thought was consistent with a booking number. What was that number?
it's 501-6191.
If I show you your paperwork again, did you include that number actually on the front of your report?
Yes, and I associated that with inmate Sementilli.
So that was the defendant Sementilli.
Sementilli, yes.
That would be her booking number.
That is her booking number.
Whereas the module with the unit number, that correlates with the booking location or where Baker was being held, correct? At Men's Central Jail?
That's correct. In the face page, I put Message to Jail in module 3300.
Okay. So is there something inside of that red envelope?
It was 2 pieces of paper. It was like puzzle paperwork. On the back side, it had numerical numbers just written on the paper, positive, negative. And same thing with the other one. It was another puzzle paperwork. And then the back side, it had some numerical numbers, positive, negative.
Showing you the first page from evidence 1. Was this the item number that you recovered from the railing at the bottom area that we saw on the video?
Yes, that's one sheet of paper.
Did that appear to you to be some type of coded communication? Bless you.
Objection, foundation.
Overruled.
Yes.
Do you commonly come in contact with items such as this when you're working in the jail facility?
Yes, and I also work gangs. I was an OSS detective, and that's how normally Mexican Mafia and different inmates communicate on different messages.
Showing you the second page, again, does that appear to be some type of coded communication?
That's what it appears like.
If you could return these to that red envelope and then to the evidence 1 envelope that you booked it under. And you're placing the plastic wrap over it as well. Appears to be some type of a plastic baggie.
It resembles a booking bag that normally people get in the jail facility.
Okay. Let's look at evidence number 2. Is this the envelope into which you booked a similar kite that you recovered that we saw on video number 3 from the top of the railing just outside of the 10th floor lockup?
Yes, I have my printed the report number, which is the the uniform report number. I have my name. I booked this piece of evidence, and I also put a little narrative paper containing numerical cipher message recovered from the top railing leading to the 10th floor lockup. In this,
Numerical what message?
I put
Cipher.
numerical cipher message, basically.
Encoded.
Encoded message.
Okay. You could open this envelope and again describe to us what's inside the envelope.
And this one was a smaller plastic baggie, and it was tightly rolled up, and it was containing one sheet of paper. Both sides were actually same type of numerical cipher, which is positive and negative numbers on both sides.
Thank you. Showing you the front side, the one side. Again, does this appear to be similar to the other evidence item that we looked at, which is some type of numerical code?
Yes.
And on the back side, again, same?
Yes.
Okay, I'm handing this back to you. If you could again place this coded kite into the plastic and the envelope that you booked it to. And then if you could place both of those sheriff's evidence envelopes back into the LAPD booked envelope. Have you done that?
Doing so no, ma'am.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Let's take our morning recess for 15 minutes. The admission applies. See you back here in 15 minutes.